Okay, I think it's recording, so sorry if you can't hear me properly. So my baby has sat in customs for like a week, and all of a sudden I got a notice today while I was at work that she was on board for delivery. So yeah, here she is. I'm going to unbox her because I did promise that I would do an unboxing of her for the Ivita baby group that I joined on Facebook. Now, before I open her, I do want to apologise to the reborn artists that I have recently found out that the reborning community as such doesn't support these Ivita silicone babies, because a lot of the sculpts have been stolen and they're not the quality of an artist silicone doll. There's reports that the silicone used in these dolls are tin silicone, which is toxic. Anyway, I found all of this out after I had ordered this baby. So I do want to apologise to the reborn community. Now that I know better, I will do better. And I do plan to adopt my very first reborn baby next week when I get paid, because I spent my last pay on this baby. So it's only really taken her just over a week to get here from China to Australia. I didn't buy her lightly, but since I was a little girl, I've really loved like floppy baby dolls, I suppose, and yeah, so I was pretty excited about her, and then I joined a reborning community thinking that I'd get tips on how to reborn her and learn about the new techniques and stuff for silicone painting, because I didn't realise at the time that this is not the type of doll, like the sculpts and the moulds that the reborn artists are using. They're buying them from other artists, and they're not made in bulk at a factory like these dolls are. So if you are like a reborn collector or thinking about testing like silicone or whatever, then that is something you may want to consider before you actually purchase one of these Ivita babies, which I have to say, I was worried that customs was going to maybe get into this, and like I was having visions of customs slashing her or something, trying to get into the box, just because previously I have had that happen when I was a Cabbage Patch Kid collector, and customs was not very nice to my baby, and I was slightly devastated. Now this is my first unboxing video of pretty much anything, so I am really sorry for the very, very bad job that I am doing. Now, I have just checked, and now I'll do the adult thing and stop trying to. I'm really sorry. So I will say I've just got home from work. It's like 40 degrees Celsius. I do live in the desert in Australia, so it's very hot today, and I took my kids, my class, to the gym today. So I am nice and sweaty, and I'm very, very thirsty. But I wanted to open my baby, and I did. I did promise an unboxing video as ungraceful as this is going to be. I am so sorry to anybody who is wanting a nice unboxing video. I will try and do better with my reborn baby when she arrives. I can't wait. to confirm that I've adopted her. But right now, she's up for grabs 21, so I'm hoping that that won't happen. Okay, now, she's in the box. She's all wrapped up. Obviously, not a proper reborn. I think anybody who's seen these unboxings will know that they do come shipped pretty well from Ivita. But, yes, I can see little hands and everything poking out, which is all very exciting, and she's very floppy. And when I picked her up at the post office, I could not believe how heavy the box was. So I'm going to do the standard unboxing thing. I'm going to move the box away. I can see a hand. Now my fan's on because it's stinking hot. I haven't put the aircon on because it's right above the camera. Okay, now I understand it's protocol to start at the feet. Okay, now I'm going to just tuck this in. I can feel a passy back there. Passy, such an American term. It doesn't sound right from an Australian. Okay, so I have this sippy cup, standard Ivita sippy cup. It's like squishy. I actually, when I've seen these before, I have a boy in my class who is still drinking from, I'm a special ed teacher, I teach prep this year. I have a boy in my class who's still drinking from a bottle. And I looked at these and I thought, wow, like I could teach him to like use a straw. He could learn to suck properly, like upwards, using something like that. And it looks less bottle-like. It looks more like something like a toddler would have. However, I was super excited to be able to use that. However, knowing that there is some question around the toxicity of the silicone used in these babies does make me doubt whether this would be safe for an actual human child. I'm sure that they use them and everything, but as most of us know, the regulations in China are very, very different to what they would be in Australia. So as much as I love this idea, and I would have loved to use it for my boy, I won't be doing that, but I will be looking for something similar from an Australian seller that would be like FDA and everything approved, so I know it's safe. So just something to consider if it was something that you thought, oh yeah, I can save that for my own kid or whatever. Just be aware that it is sold with a doll, and there's questions around the safety of the doll's silicone itself. So I personally wouldn't be risking using this on anything other than a toy at this point. Okay, on to my actual baby. Okay, oh, there's her leg. Okay, I am just a kid, really. I'm really sorry. She feels like the dolls that I used to see in shops and really desperately wanted when I was younger. She's like floppy, and she's not as squishy as I thought she would be. I don't know how good this video is, and I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, like her colouring is actually really, really nice. She does look slightly sunburnt, and she's got like I'm molting, I'm really sorry. So yeah, there's some obvious like silicone like seams here, mainly more on this leg. I can see it. Definitely not anything that I would worry too much about. It does look like she's got hairy legs now with my curly brown hair on her. Yeah, like the painting's not fantastic. Like you can see that it was probably done really quickly. But I mean, it's, you know, I mean, she's not like badly painted. It's just not Reborn artist standard. That's how I would say it anyway. Okay. Now, she's like, yeah, I've seen some really squishy babies, but she's really not that squishy. Like, she's quite solid, which I quite like. So here's her hands. So all separate fingers. So one of my questions about these Ivita babies was actually, like sometimes their like limbs and their feet and their hands looks like slightly too big. It was one of those things that I looked at carefully and sort of had to make a choice about. So again, some obvious seams here. Not like, they run straight down the back of her hand, which I will bring you closer. So I'm really sorry about this. I am trying to keep myself out of this, but I don't know if you can see her actual hand here. Let me... Oh. Okay. Let me flip this around. I'm so sorry. Can you see the back of her hand? There we go. So there is this seam that runs straight down the back of her hand. Looks like she has a cut. This hand sort of looks a bit better, but yeah, that one there, like, yeah, that, yeah, like you can see it does run up her arm a little bit. I'm going to like do the rest of this, and then we'll take a close look at her features. So head's still covered. Need to get this off her. Yeah, not a fan of these outfits, but at the same time, if you're a little girl getting one of these dolls, you're not going to have a wardrobe. So, oh, she's a red baby. She is a very, very red baby. I would say she's well cooked. Oh. Well, I can say that they've got attention to detail. Honestly, after the day I've had, I've seen a lot of bottoms and a lot of boy bits today with lots of nappy changes. So, yeah, that's all I particularly want to say about that. So, let me... Okay, obviously, we know that these dolls are anatomically correct, so I apologise for the girl bits. Now, I am going to be nice here, and I'm going to give her a quick nappy, because Lord, do I not want to have to see any more baby parts or boy bits or girl bits for the next little while, because I am done with changing pants today, I will say that. So there's her makeshift nappy. Okay, all her bits are covered so everybody can, yeah. Okay, so she's, you know, I mean, she's obviously painted. She's, I would say she's quite pink. Obviously the detailing is, yeah, I mean, yeah, she's nice and floppy, she feels nice. She's pink, which I assume is a normal baby thing. I do have a child, but he was 26 weeks. Like a 26-weeker, so he was a little blue father. Okay, now this is her face, so I'm hoping that everyone can see. Now, I understand that this was probably a mould that was stolen because she looks identical to, like, almost like a Beringer type of thing. Okay. So she has bright blue eyes, which we're changing. I've already ordered new. Oh, she's so cute. She's got fluff all over her, but she is really, really cute. I didn't expect to like her this much, especially after, like, especially after having a run-in in the reborn group. I was actually feeling really sick about having bought her, because I didn't mean to disrespect anyone when I bought her, you know. So, and it really killed my excitement. And I wondered after that if I would actually like her, but even her eyes, like, I like her eyes, like her painting. I just like everything about her. I can't believe it. Okay, so, oh, she feels so nice. She really does feel nice. Now, I don't have to support her head overly much. She's a solid baby. She's a 20-inch baby. Now, she does have, let's have a close look. Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not want you guys to have to look at me. Okay, so here she is. Now she is really cute, but if we come down, I'm trying to stay out of the field a bit. You know, her painting, it doesn't really look at here, like from what I can see in the camera, but geez, yeah, she's very red. I will say she's very red, but you know, come summer in the desert, you know, we're all a little bit red. I don't mind her colouring at all. I think for a factory-made doll, you know, she's what you could expect. I don't really have anything to compare her to, but I have to say, I am so pleased. I didn't expect to like her quite this much, especially after I realised what I'd done and how buying her was deemed so disrespectful. You know, which is never something that you want to do to artists that you really do admire. So yeah, so there she is. Now she doesn't have a nappy or anything on. I could probably flog one from work, but I'm not going to do that because my boys are 5 and 6, and yeah, their nappies are slightly too big for her. I did. Sorry for moving around because that would. If I was organised and not just rushing to get to her, I would have organised this a little bit better. Now, I've just realised that it is stinking hot here. Oh, this is going to be way too big for her. So, yeah. Okay, so this is, like, this is just from Kmart. It's 4Os. It's newborn size. So, what I would actually say is she is not newborn size. She is actually in Australian sizes. She is going to be, she's probably going to be in our 5O preemie sizes. Like those small newborns. I know we can get 6Os now if we're super, super lucky. I did see that the other day while I was in the shop, which is new because when I had my son there was nothing like that. He just had to go into 4Os and yeah, grow into it basically. So I am a bit wary. I wish I had got something that was summery, but they're getting rid of all of our winter stuff here at the moment, so there isn't a lot of summer stuff available yet. Plus, being out where I live, our selection I will say, is not what it would be in the bigger cities. So like my Kmart store, if you excuse my rambling while I try and shove everything into this outfit, you know, my Kmart store doesn't stock everything that a Kmart would in larger areas. So just a bit of background information, I actually live in Australia, if you couldn't tell by my accent, and I live in a remote mining town, and we're not small, we have, you know, between 25 and 35,000 people, you know, like at any given time of the year, including like fly in, fly out work and everything. But you know, it is, we are quite a fair while from another major town. Even the next small town is about an hour and a half away. Yeah, our next major town is probably a good 12 to 14 hours away. And even then, that town is rural, so there's not as much as you would find in like a coastal town, like somewhere on the Sunshine Coast or the Gold Coast, Townsville, you know, Sydney, yeah, all of those places. So that's a 4.0 on her, and I mean it fits all right, but it's big, baggy. So the pants might be okay. I did see a pair of 5.0 shorts the other day, which I should have grabbed, but I was really only there to buy toys for my class at the time. And as any teacher will tell you, sometimes you have to choose between your own children and the children that you teach at school. Now, I am a terrible mother, and I spend an awful lot of my money on my kids at school. That is because I really love my job, for one. I am very lucky to teach the students that I teach. Every year, no matter which school I teach at, I get the best class in the school, because that's just how lucky I am. Like, seriously. I am like the luckiest teacher alive. No matter which school I've been at, my entire career, which is like 8 years. So you've got to realise that's like 8 phenomenal classes. So I am like the luckiest teacher ever. So, oh my God, she's so cute. And absolutely everything sticks to her. Like, she doesn't have like eyebrows or anything, which is fine. If I remember, Kai didn't have much of anything when he was born either. But oh my goodness, she's cute. I cannot wait to go into town. It's a whole 3 minutes away. Into town tomorrow and see what I can buy for her. Because now that she is here, like, I bought this one outfit for her because I thought I can't stand her being in that brown one, because I knew what she was going to come in. But oh my goodness, seriously, she's adorable. I cannot believe how much I love this baby. She really is. Yeah, I have no words at the moment. I understand. I really understand that I did the wrong thing by adopting her, but oh my goodness, I can't feel bad about it, because not after getting her, because I cannot believe how much I really like her. So I did pick a name before she arrived, and this is Aubrey. So eventually she'll have brown eyes, and I'm going to choose hair and everything, and I'm going to redo her a little bit. But yeah, Her name's Aubrey. She did come with a pacifier. I will say, straight up, I do not like this pacifier very much, but it does the job, I suppose. I'm just going to try and get it in. Probably needs a little bit of, don't watch. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, this baby is supposed to take a pacifier. I will say that even though she takes a pacifier technically, if you get this mold, even though she technically takes the pacifier, you're either going to have to modify it or figure out something else, because yeah, that doesn't go all the way in. Like, her mouth does not open up and go back really far enough for that to sit in properly. But, you know, if I like really ram it in there, which is absolutely horrible to do to her, and I'm gonna, you know, I'll see if there may be, like, if I put that right in there, see, it sticks out quite a far way. So what I will end up doing, because I hate this pacifier anyway, I don't know, I didn't know what colour I'd get, but I just don't like them. So I'll buy her a different passy anyway, so I don't have an issue with the fact that that's useless to me. But yeah, so obviously not for a real baby, and as much as I would have loved to have used that, not for a real baby. So yeah, there's Aubrey. And I'm pretty happy with her, and I think my video's gone on a really long time, and I'm sorry for the crappy unboxing. It's my first one I've ever done. Yeah, so I'm very happy with her, and I will update again with my new reborn baby, and as Aubrey gets her new eyes and hair and I do all those things to her, I'll update. She's just so cute. I'm really happy with her. So, yeah, there she is. And thank you if you got all the way through this video. I know that there's a lot of mucking around and everything. So, there she is. She's very cute. And I'm sorry for anybody that managed to watch the video and see any part of me. I didn't want that. Okay. I am going to go and have a drink. I am absolutely buggered. See ya.